Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture. In today's lecture, we will practice some questions based on trigonometric functions and equations. In this lecture, we will start with question number 1 and we will discuss till question number 6. The images used in our slide deck are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. So let's start. Let's start with question number 1, which says if 2 sine theta upon 1 plus cos theta plus sine theta is equal to x, then you have to find the value of 1 minus cos theta plus sine theta upon 1 plus sine theta. So how will we approach this question? First, see, you will try to rationalize in the left hand side of the given equation, right? Since see, in the numerator, it is written as 1 minus cos theta plus sine theta. Therefore, we will multiply and divide with 1 minus cos theta plus sine theta in the numerator and in the denominator, right? Here, so after multiplication and simplification, you will reach to the given expression, right? Clear? And after that, you can conclude the value of this expression, right? So in this way, you can try to approach this question. You have 10 seconds to solve or think about this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part C. Given 2 sine theta upon 1 plus cos theta plus sine theta is equal to x. Now, you can multiply with 1 plus sine theta minus cos theta in the numerator and the denominator, right? Therefore, x will be equal to 2 sine theta into 1 plus sine theta minus cos theta upon 1 plus sine theta is 1 plus sine theta square minus cos square theta, right? Because a plus b into a minus b is basically a square minus b square, right? Therefore, x is equal to 2 sine theta into 1 plus sine theta minus cos theta upon 1 plus sine theta square is basically 1 square plus sine square theta plus 2 sine theta minus cos square theta is basically 1 minus sine square theta, right? Clear? So after solving, see, you will get 2 sine square theta plus 2 sine theta, right? And by taking common 2 sine theta, you will get, by taking common 2 sine theta and the cancelling with the numerator, you will get x is equal to 1 plus sine theta minus cos theta upon 1 plus sine theta, right? Therefore, option A is the right choice, right? X, option A is the right choice. Got it? Now let's move to the next question, question number 2, which says if alpha is between 3 pi by 4 to pi, then the value of root over cosec square alpha plus 2 cot alpha is. So again, how will we approach this question? First, see. First, you will try convert this cosec square theta into cosec square alpha into cot square alpha, right? And probably this equation inside square root there will be a perfect square, right? There will be a perfect square, so that you can further simplify it by using this property, that is alpha is between 3 pi by 4 to pi by 4. Then the term inside this square root will be what? Positive or negative, right? Clear? So in this way, you can try to approach this question. You have 10 seconds to solve or think about this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part C. As it is given, root over cosec square alpha plus 2 cot alpha, right? Cosec square alpha can be written as 1 plus cot square alpha, right? Therefore, it can be written as root over 1 plus cot square alpha plus 2 cot alpha. Now, 1 plus cot square alpha plus 2 cot alpha is basically 1 plus cot alpha whole square, right? 1 plus cot alpha whole square. Now, root of 1 plus cot alpha whole square is basically mod of 1 plus cot alpha. Now, alpha is between 3 pi by 4 to pi. Since alpha is between 3 pi by 4 to pi, therefore cot alpha is basically less than minus 1, right? Cot alpha is less than minus 1. Therefore, 1 plus cot alpha will be less than 0. Hence, since 1 plus cot alpha is less than 0, hence mod of 1 plus cot alpha is basically minus of 1 plus cot alpha, minus of 1 plus cot alpha. Therefore, option C, minus 1 minus cot alpha is the right choice. Clear? Option C is the right choice. Got it? Now let's move to the next question, question number 3, which says the least value of cosec square x plus 25 sec square x is. The least value of cosec square x plus 25 sec square x is. So how you will be approach this question? See, you will try to convert this equation into a perfect square, right? After that, you will easily get the minimum value of this expression, right? Try to simplify the things and try to convert this into a perfect square or perfect square plus minus some constant, right? In this way, you will be easily get the least value of this expression, right? So in this way, you can try to approach this question. You have 10 seconds to solve or think about this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part. See, cosec square x plus 25 sec square x can be written as 1 plus cot square x, since cosec square x can be written as 1 plus cot square x plus 25 into sec square x can be written as 1 plus tan square x, right? Now, further simplifying this, you will get 26 plus cot square x plus 25 tan square x, right? After that, you will get 26 plus 10 plus cot x minus 5 tan x whole square, which will be greater than equal to 36, right? Because this term can be equal to this term, minimum value of this term is basically 0, right? Therefore, minimum value of whole expression is basically greater than equal to minimum value is basically 36, right? Therefore, option D is the right choice, 36. Option D is the right choice. Okay, let's move to the next question. Question number 4, which says, if tan A plus sin A is equal to m and tan A minus sin A is equal to n, then m square minus n square whole square upon mn is equal to m square minus n square whole square upon mn is equal to. So see, again, the hint of this question is, you are given m and n, therefore you can find a tan A by adding this two equation, that is m plus n will be 2 tan A, right? And m minus n, you can find m minus n also. After that, you can find m into n. M into n you can find, and after that you can put the value of c. M square minus n square can be written as m plus n into n minus n, right? And therefore you can put the value of m plus n into and m minus n and mn, right, in this expression to get the required value, right? So in this way, you can try to approach this question. You have 10 seconds to solve or think about this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay. Okay, let's move to the solution part C. Since tan A plus sin A is equal to m and tan A minus sin A is equal to n, therefore m plus n is equal to 2 tan A and m minus n is equal to 2 sin A. Also, mn is equal to tan A plus sin A into tan A minus sin A, which is equal to tan square A minus sin square A. Now, m square minus n square whole square upon mn can be written as m plus n whole square into m minus n whole square. Therefore, m plus n is equal to 2 tan A and m minus n is equal to 2 sin A. Right, therefore it can be written as 2 tan A whole square into 2 sin A whole square upon m into n is basically tan square A minus sin square A, right? Therefore, C, numerator is basically 16 tan square A sin square A upon denominator is, when you simplify tan square A minus sin square A, you will get sin square A into tan square A, right? Sin square A into tan square. How you will simplify it? Write tan square A as sin square A upon cos square A, right? Therefore, 1 minus cos square A can be written as sin square A. Right. Therefore, after further simplification, you will get denominator as sin square A into tan square A. Right. Therefore, sin square A into tan square A is cancelled in the numerator and the denominator. Therefore, 16 is the right answer. Right. Option C is the right choice. 16. Got it? Option C is the right choice. Now let's move to the next question, question number 5, which says if a cos cube alpha plus 3a cos alpha into sin square alpha is equal to m, and a sin cube alpha plus 3a cos square alpha sin alpha is equal to n, then the value of m plus n to the power 2 by 3 plus m minus n to the power 2 by 3 is equal to what? Right? So how you will approach this question? See, first you will find m plus n. Right? You will add m plus n. Right? After the m plus n, and simplify this, simplify the calculated m plus n. After that, you can calculate m minus n, and after calculating, you can simplify this to get the value, to get simplified form of m plus n and m minus n. After that, we can put the value of m plus n and m minus n in this equation to get the required value in terms of a. Right. So in this way, you can try to approach this question. You have 10 seconds to solve or think about this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part. A cos cube alpha plus 3a cos alpha sin square alpha is equal to m, and a sin cube alpha plus 3a cos square alpha into sin alpha is equal to n. Therefore, m plus n is equal to a cos cube alpha plus 3a cos alpha sin square alpha plus 3a cos square alpha sin alpha plus a cos cube alpha. When you will take a common, then it will be cos cube alpha plus 3 cos alpha sin square alpha plus 3 cos square alpha sin alpha plus sin cube alpha, which is basically cos alpha plus sin alpha whole cube, right? Therefore, m plus n is equal to a times cos alpha plus sin alpha whole cube. And similarly, m minus n will be a times cos alpha minus sin alpha whole cube. Now, you basically have to find m plus n to the power 2 by 3 plus m minus n to the power 2 by 3. Now, let's put m plus n is basically m plus n to the power 2 by 3 will be a to the power 2 by 3 into cos alpha plus sin alpha whole square plus m minus n to the power 2 by 3 will be a to the power 2 by 3 plus cos alpha minus sin alpha whole square, right? Therefore, it will be a to the power 2 by 3 into cos alpha plus sin alpha whole square plus cos alpha minus sin alpha whole square, right? Therefore, after simplification, you will get cos square alpha plus sin square alpha plus 2 sin alpha cos alpha, and this term will be cos square alpha plus sin square alpha minus 2 sin alpha cos alpha, and 2 sin alpha cos alpha will be cancelled out. Therefore, it will be equal to 2 a to the power 2 by 3 into 2 into cos square alpha plus sin square alpha. Now, we know that the value of cos square alpha plus sin square alpha is basically 1. Therefore, this simplified form will be 2a to the power 2 by 3. 2a to the power 2 by 3 will be the right choice. Got it? Therefore, option C is the right choice. 2a to the power 2 by 3. Now, let's move to the next question. Question number 6. Which is 1 plus cos pi by 8 into 1 plus cos 3 pi by 8 into 1 plus cos 5 pi by 8 into 1 plus cos 7 pi by 8 is equal to what? So see how you will be approach this question. How you will approach this question. You will try to simplify the given expression. Try to convert cos pi by 8 in the terms of cos pi by 8 and cos 7 pi by 8 in the terms of cos 3 pi by 8, right? After that, you can try to simplify the equation to get the required solution. Okay. So you have 10 seconds to solve or think about this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay. Okay, let's move to the solution part C. The given expression is 1 plus cos pi by 8 into 1 plus cos 3 pi by 8 into 1 minus cos 3 pi by 8 into 1 minus cos pi by 8, right? See, cos pi by 8 can be written as cos pi by 8 can be written as pi minus 3 pi by 8, right? Cos pi by 8 can be written as cos pi minus 3 pi by 8. Now, pi minus 3 pi by 8 is basically minus of cos 3 pi by 8, right? Therefore, it can be written as 1 minus cos 3 pi by 8. And also, cos 7 pi by 8 can be written as pi minus pi by 8. Pi minus pi by 8, right? Therefore, 1 plus cos 7 pi by 8 is basically 1 minus cos pi by 8, right? Now, 1 plus cos pi by 8 into 1 minus cos pi by 8 is basically 1 minus cos square pi by 8. And 1 plus cos 3 pi by 8 into 1 minus cos 3 pi by 8 is basically 1 minus cos square 3 pi by 8, which is equal to 1 minus cos square pi by 8 is basically sin square pi by 8. And 1 minus cos square 3 pi by 8 is basically sin square 3 pi by 8, right? Now it can be written as sin square pi by 8 into cos square. Sin square 3 pi by 8 is basically 1 minus sin square 3 pi by 8 is basically cos square pi by 8, right? Therefore, it can be written as 1 by 4 into 2 sin pi by 8 into cos pi by 8 whole square, which is equal to 1 by 4. 1 by 4 sin 2 pi by 8. 2 sin pi by 8 into cos pi by 8 is basically sin 2 pi by 8, right? Which is equal to 1 by 4 sin 2 pi by 8 whole square, which is equal to 1 by 4 into sin pi by 4 square. 1 by 4 into sin pi by 4 square, which is equal to 1 by 4 into 1 by 2. Sin pi by 4 is basically 1 by root 2, and 1 by root 2 square is basically 1 by 2. Therefore, it is equal to 1 by 4 into 1 by 2, which is equal to 1 by 8, right? Therefore, option C is the right choice. Option C, 1 by 8 is the right choice. Got it? So in this way, we have discussed a lot of different types of questions on the topic trigonometric functions. Hope you understood the lecture. Hope you understood each and every concept, that how to apply the concept, the question, and hope you liked the lecture. Okay. Thank you so much.